Hey everybody, this is Finney here on Homebrew Wednesday. Happy Homebrew Wednesday everyone. Thanks for all those that have watched my first video. I think I got over 70 views, which I'm stoked about for the first one. This week we'll catch up with a couple of the beers that are in the shop. We'll cut to a video in a minute for that, and then I'll just talk you through what's been going on, what I've got planned for the next few weeks, and show you a bit of my homebrew equipment from home. Rather than what I use in the shop. So here's the couple of beers that are in the shop, and then following that will be just a quick run through of the equipment I've got. Cheers. Right, all, here's the beers that I've got in the shop at the moment. On the left is the KFC beer that you'd have seen from last week's video. It's been fermenting away. There's obviously a bit of proteins and stuff sitting on the top, but you can see the bag in there. There's a stuff floating around, which hopefully is all inside the bag. On the right is a porter, which should be hopefully fermented out. It's about 7%, and on Monday I dry leafed this with an aromatic tea, so hopefully that's going to play well with the dark malts, and if this goes well, this should hopefully be scaled up to be my SJ Pour Challenge beer. Woohoo! In here is the same tea. You can see some's floating on the top, some's flowed through the beer. Just wanted to see how it sort of reacted with the water, to see how it would potentially be reacting in the beer, so how much aromatics we're getting, and how it's reacting, and if it's all going to settle out, float a bit. So it's good to see what's in it, because in this I can't really see much at all in such a dark beer. So yeah, these are what's going on in the shop at the moment. Idea of what I do when I'm at home with brewing equipment. So I've got a brew in a bag system. You can see it's a keg that's had the lid cut off. On a 3-ring burner that's got an adjustable regulator that sits on this nice wee table. It gives me a nice height to work at. And then I've got a smaller 30 litre pot for batch sparging, with a coil there that fits into both, and behind that is actually a boiler that's from a still that we've got, which really helps heating sort of sparge water and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, usually on the weekend went well, get around 70% efficiency, which is not bad for a brewing bag. So one day I'll get back round to making my mash tun. So that's what we've got here. So what we've got here in my garage is the cheese fridge, and then this is the fermentation chamber, and in here is the English bitter that I brewed at the weekend. So it's slightly overshot the gravity, but everything else went pretty well, so it's bubbling away. So that's going to be put into a bag hopefully and used on the hand pull system that I brought back from England. In here is just the kegs, it's just a cold fridge. Hopefully there'll be more beer in there soon with the kegs and everything. And then down on the floor here, this is actually a Flanders Red. So I started this probably 2 months to 6 weeks ago. It's got a nice pellicle on the top there. So initially I fermented this with a very clean fermenting yeast called Workhorse from Mangrove Jacks, and then I chucked the Rose Layer blend in. So yeah, hopefully in 10 months time that'll be alright. Watch for the bung flying out. Hey, there it goes. It's just got a regular bung on at the moment because I needed the bung for the other thing, and I don't mind a bit of oxygen getting into this to let the bacteria do its work. So that's what we've got in the garage. So as you can see, I'll be entering the challenge this year, the SJ Pour Challenge. Really looking forward to seeing what the New Zealand brewers come up with, and I guess everyone throughout the world. It'd be really cool to follow this over this next 6 months, I guess, with the heats, I suppose, and the international judging. So yeah, hopefully my porter comes through. I've actually got just here, this is the same base recipe as the one I've just done. I've just for the porter, except this one was one of the first special ingredient brews we did. So this has had beetroot and chocolate added to it. It was like cooking cocoa powder, so it doesn't have any of the fat that sort of you have the problems with if you use chocolate directly. So as you can see, it is really dark, probably bordering on stout, but it's certainly not got the roastiness, I guess, that you would expect with a stout. So definitely a dark, rich porter. The beetroot doesn't really come through anymore, which is a bit disappointing. Still, there's slight, when you're pouring it, you can definitely see the slight colour adjustment that's coming through on it. But it certainly tastes good. Oh yeah, really rich, very low carbonation, so it really adds to that creamy mouthfeel. So fingers crossed with the tea that I've used with it, it should really be good. I'm looking forward to trying it on Friday when I bottle it, and then again once it's carbonated and ready to go. So thanks everyone for coming again. Cheers, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye.